I think you're muted.
You're muted, dude.
Try that again. Welcome, everyone, to episode 38 of the Hope We Read, where we talk all about hope and how much.
God damn you.
This
This guy, that's all your whole purpose in life is to push my buttons.
Yeah, no, it's great. Actually, I had to change our intro too. So yeah, Pytho's back in chat. Yay.
Hey, there he is. That's what I'm talking about. I thought I was doing the drink challenge on my own, but glad you're in.
Yeah, I'm not drinking this afternoon because I'm going to drink plenty later.
Oh, really? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
This guy, he's going in.
Yeah, there he goes.
Mm.
Yeah, guys, once the kids get up, I still have to manage the kids until they go over for the Super Bowl. So, yeah, we got this little football game or something this afternoon. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, man.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, I have to change the intro, though, because we got a copyright claim.
Sorry. I read Pythos' comment. Sorry.
What was that? Allah is looking like he's going to be ESPN analyst later tonight. No,
I'll take it. I'll take
this. This is his side gig. What he does for real is
yes. I do work on for ESPN 8 the Ocho. I do. So.
Yeah, for the Ocho bold strategy cotton.
That's right. That's right. So the Super Squirrel Sunday as well. So I gotta, facilitate some squirrel competitions going on.
Okay, fun times. But yeah, so the intro's being changed because we got a copyright claim. Apparently, the music.
Screw that noise.
Yeah. So no, this is the funny thing is the music I got from royalty-free music off of a website that's a very well-respected and large website.
Yeah.
That tons of other content creators use that exact thing.
Right.
It was published as royalty-free music back in like 2014 or something like that. This other group sampled the music in 2022, changed it around a little bit, and then put a copyright on it. And then now it's put a copyright. I was like,
no.
I tried challenging it. They're like, nope, they denied it. I was like, are you allowed to do that? Are you just allowed to take royalty-free music and say, oh, it's mine now? Like,
so when I put this new Happy Birthday remix,
yeah,
exactly. No one will be able to sing Happy Birthday ever again. Remember that for years,
yeah.
You could never sing Happy Birthday in a restaurant because that whole copyright claim thing, and then it was finally struck down.
Right.
Because Warner Brothers was like, they were like going after people. Then they finally lost it, and now you can sing Happy Birthday again.
That's why all these restaurants have different Happy Birthday. Yeah, because Taco Tuesday was the same thing for the longest time.
Oh man, that's right. LeBron James got involved in that. Trying to strike that down. It was like, and it wasn't even Taco Bell. It was some like obscure taco spot. Screw those guys. Come on. Taco Tuesday, whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, copyright law is always weird. I had a friend of mine that went through like tons of problems with that. He actually is a skydiver, and he took like this really pretty picture of a sunset while skydiving.
Mm-hmm.
And it's his. I mean, it's his picture. And somebody copied it, copyrighted it, and started selling it to Getty Images. And he sued.
Yeah.
He won. After a lot of legal battles, because they were just basically using it for stock pictures. He's like, that's my picture. Like, I'm not getting paid a dime for it. Like, that's not cool, guys.
All for the almighty dollar. Lord.
Yeah. So apparently I learned a lot about that. There's entire companies that do that. They'll go find pictures that don't have copyrights on it and just throw copyrights on them. And they're like, they're mine now. Like, but with the hope that no one will say anything about it, they'll just make money off of it.
Well, it's the same thing as patent mills, right? Because they can go out and basically all they do is just come with all these crazy ideas. And they're like, okay, we're going to make a patent that if anybody ever has a goat actually ride on the back of a sheep, then, we are going to patent goat sheep technology.
Right.
And even though there's no purpose for it whatsoever, and then when someone actually has a real use for it, because it like a goat sheep climbs up a mountain better, then they're like, haha, finally, we got the goat sheep patent.
Yeah.
We're going to take it down.
Yeah. Cease and desist, all that fun stuff.
Terrible.
Anyway, so I have to change that music.
So are we gonna go? Do we have to go to court now? Are we gonna go up against YouTube? Or
well, that's just I'm dressed today. I'm dressed today because I go fight
he's representing us. He's representing us. So, he has a deposition today.
My brother's a lawyer, so I've got him on the case. And we're gonna go out. We're gonna fight this thing.
Yeah.
Tooth and nail. We're coming for you.
If the If the music doesn't fit, you have to quit. Something like I don't know what.
That's right. That's right. We need the rhyming schematics so that way we can get out
Exactly. Yeah.
unscathed, scot-free.
As long as we can stream the court case. That's good
Yeah.
content.
Of course, and I will be in my Scott stankiest.
Yeah,
looks like when I do it. Yes.
Sounds good. All right. Well, let's get right to these chapters. Have some fun with these. If there's no 10 soon this week, so we get to bypass all that.
Darn it!
No 10 soon this week. We're just in Fadrex the entire time, which is getting a little interesting. Before we get started, anything from all these chapters you think without getting too much into details, do you think any of these plans are going to pan out?
They sound sketchy at best. I'm gonna look, going back to ESPN 88 and dodgeball. It's a bold move, Cotton.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Thank you. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. All right, chapter 25. The balance. Is it real? We've almost forgotten this little bit of lore. Ska used to talk about it before the collapse. Philosophers discussed it a great deal in the 3rd and 4th centuries. But by Kelsier's time, it was mostly a forgotten topic. But was it real? There was a physiological difference between Ska and nobility. When the Lord Ruler altered mankind to make them more capable of dealing with the ash, he changed other things as well. Some groups of people, the noblemen, were created to be less fertile, but taller, stronger, more intelligent. Others, the Ska, were made to be shorter, hardier, and to have more children. The changes were slight. However, after thousands of years of interbreeding, the differences had largely been erased. Because eugenics is fun. Let's go talk about that, guys.
Oh, Lord have mercy. That's a bad word in my house. Eugenics. Gives a shiver every time, man. Jeez.
Man. Okay, yeah. So
the idea of breeding people specifically to get the traits you want, man, that's just or stopping people from breeding so that way you can actually try to, basically groom out those traits so they never exist again. By the way, history is fun.
History is fun.
There's
actually a fun book.
Oh my god.
What do you say? Oh my god, what? It's a fun book. It's called The Gene and Intimate History. It's written by Siddhartha Mukherjee, who's like a geneticist.
Okay.
And goes through the history of genetics.
Mm-hmm.
The dark sides, the light, the good parts about it, everything. Like it just goes to the history of the study of genetics, and goes into the dark parts as well. But it's I read it years ago. And it's just the way it's presented. It's really fascinating. So
I've read so many books on the dark history of eugenics and all the. I'm not talking about just in America. I'm talking about just across the world. It is. Oh my God, it's god awful. It will turn your stomach if you read them back to back to back to back. But yeah, it's rough. Yeah. It's rough.
Yeah, some of the things that were done in the past in the name of eugenics is
science.
Pretty gross.
Or grooming a population to be exactly the way you want it to be, essentially, right?
Yeah.
It's rough. Yeah.
I mean, we think 1940s, but if you read that book, it goes back a lot further.
Oh, it goes way back. Yes.
It's bad. Yeah. But yeah, it talks about I guess they started with like fruit flies and pigeons and things like that to try to breed them to be certain ways. And that still goes on today amongst animal species, especially designer like dogs and cats and things like that. They're bred to have certain traits. And
what's the little dog that the queen had?
Corgis.
Mm-hmm. Those are like, those things. And it's a Labradoodle.
Labradoodles. Yep.
Yeah. Those are like, again, it's all an affront to science. I mean,
yeah. Don't call it the dark history of eugenics. Sorry, that implies there isn't lights. Okay.
True.
Good point.
You win.
Note taken.
You win.
Yeah, there is no light side.
Yeah, there is no good side. It's like phrenology. It's like, nope, there's no good side to that. Nope.
Rather than saying the dark side of eugenics, saying the dark side of genetics, because that is
Genetics.
eugenics.
Yep.
Because there is a light side of genetics. I mean, there is things genetically that
yeah.
are good. It's just when you start to try to breed.
Getting rid of diseases, getting rid of like life-ending ailments,
Sure.
things like that. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure something with the CRISPR technology, stuff like that, will be great for future generations and things like that. Some of the technology and some of the things we're doing with the Human Genome Project and mapping out our DNA. That stuff's all I'm for. It's when you start to, like you said, the dark side.
Yeah. By the way, I did
genetics, not eugenics. Eugenics is all bad. Yeah.
I did way too much of a deep dive into CRISPR years ago. I got so into it; it was so insane.
CRISPR
I love it.
Is a little,
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
How they came up with that blows my mind. I was like, how'd you figure that out?
Yeah, there's still some ethical concerns around it.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
100%. But it's if done correctly, I guess it can be helpful. But there's still some ethical aspects of being able to splice DNA.
Yeah. I mean, the idea of splicing DNA so that way you get rid of
cancer,
diseases.
Sure.
No problem. Splicing it so that way you don't have
super soldiers.
Right.
just let me know when I can get my tail.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah. All right.
I could do with the tail. I never thought about that. Tail would be kind of nice.
A tail would be nice.
What could you do with the tail? All right. I mean,
that's Christopher Walken. I think there's a famous speech of Christopher Walken when he's like talking about having a tail, like how it'd be awesome to have a tail. Christopher Walken. A tail.
So the thing is, what you want is a tail.
Yeah.
I can see him right now.
Yeah.
That's my worst Christopher Walken impression I've ever done. I couldn't speak like a guy. That's my best. That's the best
I do a horrible Christopher Walken impression, so I don't even try. But it's it's a tough guy. If you do it well, it's great. It's a great party trick. So chapter 25. They reach Fadrex City. So Ellen and his army, they're outside the city and they're looking at the way, and this city is very well fortified. They're noting about the formations of the rock and the way the city is, and I guess there's a canyon entrance to get in, which if we know anything about any history or any other books, fictional or non-fictional, having a really narrow pass to enter in is never a good idea. Hence the 300 in the Battle of Thermopylae. If you want to take historical context, or name any movie that has a.
There's a reason they call it a choke point, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's lack of trees too leading up to the city, so you can't.
Right, because it used to have trees, and then they cut all the trees down. Yeah. So basically, they can see you coming like the knight in Monty Python and the Holy Grail when he's running across the land. They can just see him coming from like miles away, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they're like, maybe we should try to conquer this, and maybe diplomacy's the way. And that's what Ellen, he wants to go to that. I mean, some of the party, I guess, is like, yeah, let's go attack. And he's like, let's try diplomacy. I don't know if it'll work, but hopefully this guy has some, maybe let's try to get some informants first. We'll start there. Cause Set, says like, my men are still probably there. I get some guys, they might be dead, but we might be able to find some of my men. We'll send some people in.
Yeah. And it sounds like they want to attack because it looked like there was less people, less of an army presence there than their estimations. I can't remember the numbers. Was it like they thought it was going to be 55,000? Like it was like 20,000.
Right.
Whatever the numbers were. And they were like, oh, well, this is a lot less. We can go in here and like take them out or whatever.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So the plan is to be vigilant for raids and have spies scout the city. Also, they have a plan to sabotage the food supply.
Right.
But they don't plan on assassinating King Yeoman. They're hesitant on that in their plans.
Now, this is the part I need you guys to help me out. They talk about, because of the waterways they used to come in were so full of ash. They were talking about basically destroying the way they came in, so they couldn't use that way to get out.
Yeah.
help me understand how that works. How are they going to do that? Are they going to like dam up?
Yeah.
Is it a dam? Okay.
I'm guessing that's because I think they talk about.
Were they? I thought they were saying that because there was so much ash, it was just like blocking it naturally.
Blocking it. And so they would just accelerate that.
I mean, that was one of Genghis Khan's most to talk about damming water supplies. That was one of his most common ways of conquering cities. Because in the early days of the Mongol conquest, they didn't have siege equipment. Towards the end, they did. But in the beginning, they did it. So if they came to a walled city, it was almost impossible for them to take it. But if they could go upriver and dam the water supply and wait a month or two and then break the dam, causing the city to flood, nothing like a bunch of stagnant water to cause massive diseases and
that'll kill everything.
And kill everyone in the city.
Right.
And that was a lot of, they use that strategy a ton. So they would just build a giant lake above the city and they break the dam and be like, all right, we win. Come on out. Y'all are dead.
Right. Got it. Okay.
So historically, that has been used multiple times in battles. I don't know if that's what but apparently the Ash is doing that already for the most part.
Right.
So,
okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Thanks for clarification, Will. I forgot about the ash being basically it's making the water like muddy, right?
Yeah, I kind of was talking about the wrong part because you're talking about what they're doing to steal off the supplies, and I was thinking about how they were talking about where they came from, and they can't go back that way if they wanted to.
Right. Will is what I was referring to as well. No, that's exactly right.
Okay.
No. So I was talking about. They said, "Oh well, we're going to block our ability to leave the way we came in." And then they said,
Ham says, yeah, okay. Ham says, I'm happy glad they decided not to drain the canal on us. So I think that's what you're talking about. Like, are you talking about that scene?
Say that again.
Ham says, I'm only half glad they decided not to drain the canal on us. Because they're worried that they were going to drain the canals.
So they couldn't get in.
Right. There's something about they said, oh, it might be prophetic that we're like going to be here and we're going to close our way to exit. Is that like saying that we're like, this is going to be like our last stand and like our final, push on this effort or something like that? I didn't know how they planned to block up the way they were going to get out.
I mean, because it says, they rely on the canals too much. If they survive our siege, we'll need to ship supplies in. So assuming they don't drop the canals, we'll be. So I don't think it was necessarily a escape as being able to get stuff to them.
Yeah, I don't remember where it was, and of course I listened to the audiobook, so I can't like just pull up the text itself. But anyway, it's not really that big a deal. I didn't quite understand how they were gonna block the canal.
Sure,
but I mean, it makes sense if they just added a little bit more dirt.
Yeah,
shove some ash in there. Ash in it.
Yeah,
boom, there you go.
It sounds like a crazy landscape though in general. Like the canal systems, all the rocks, the choke point, valley, and then the trees. It sounds like they picked this spot because since you're not allowed to build a wall around the city, it's like they picked a spot that would be really hard to, get into and easy to defend.
Right.
So,
agree.
Exactly. So Ellen then asks Vin to scout and offers to go along. And Vin's like, "No, I'm good. I got this."
She's like, "You got the wrong stink on you, my guy."
Yeah, she's like, "You're not good enough.
You stink.
You stink.
You don't have the ska stink. You have the emperor stink. Any tin eye can smell emperor stink from a mile away. But I'll blend it with my ska stink. I'm from the ska.
That's right. I can see her right now. Just putting ska stink on her. Just get in.
And Set provides a list of informants in the city, and we end this chapter with Vin leaving to infiltrate the city on her infiltration mission. So any thoughts on this before we get to some interesting stuff with our good friend Lester Bonas?
I like how Vin was just like, "Oh, you need me to go on a scouting mission? Let's go." There wasn't any of that stupid back and forth that I'm so over.
Yeah.
So I was kind of pumped to see Vin back on a mission because I think she's needed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. And Set is just as rueful as he always was. I mean, this guy just always sounds like he's ready to shake like a wooden stick at you and talk about back in the old days. You know, that kind of guy.
He's your I would say Clubs 2.0, but maybe like Clubs 0.5.
Yes. He's clubs with no refinement.
Clubs 0.5. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Almost Clubs, not quite. Maybe 0.75. I'll give him a little credit. So nice. chapter 26. If only I am only just beginning to understand the brilliance of the Lord Ruler's culture synthesis. One of the benefits afforded to him by being immortal and for all relevant purposes, omnipotent, was a direct and effective influence on the evolution of the Final Empire. He was able to take elements from a dozen different cultures and apply them to his new perfect society. Sounds more gross. For instance, the architectural brilliance of the Cluny builders is manifest in his ability to keeps the high nobility construct. Cluny fashion sense suits the gentlemen gowns for the ladies is another thing the Lord Ruler decided to be appropriate. I suspect he despised and hated the Cluny people, for whom Alendi was one. Rashik had a deep-seated envy of them as well. The terrorists of the time had a personal or pastoral herdsmen. The Cluny were cultured cosmopolitans. However ironic, it is logical that Rashik's new empire would mimic the high culture of the people he hated.
And that has happened time and time again in history, where there are people that hate being subjugated by nobility or royalty, but then the first thing they do is duplicate whatever royalty does.
Right.
You know, again, white wedding dresses, that all came from, is it Queen Victoria? I think it was, or the one that wore like the first white wedding dress, and then it just became like, because back then you would just like wear just like your Sunday best, right?
Yeah.
But then she wears a white dress, and people were like, gotta have it, and it's like, and now it's like widespread across the entire world, right? Yeah.
It's like lawns, like green grass. The history of lawns. It was the French nobility that thought it looked nice, and that's the reason why we spend so much money on watering basically weeds with no.
Yeah, that's right.
With spend tons of money watering a plant that has zero nutritional value, has not really that like prettiness to it. It's just green weeds. But because the wealthy French did it, then the wealthy English started doing it, and then everyone wanted to keep up with the Joneses.
Yep. So we hate them so much that we have revolutions and chop off their heads, but we still want to duplicate what they did, right?
Right. Because it's nice.
Because it looks nice. It's like, oh, it looked nice for them. We'll do it too.
Yeah. Time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Santa was also. I love how Santa was depicted by multiple different colors, but Coca-Cola ads with the red Santa was most popular, so it's stuck in the United States. Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's because of Coca-Cola. I mean, I know Coca-Cola had a lot to do with Santa's influence in America.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the red color thing though. So I mean, now I'm curious. I want to see all the colors of Santa.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know Santa Claus is
so Father Christmas. I think is where's our Father Christmas are in England. It's white. I think it is, traditionally like a white robe. Anyway, yeah. So it changes.
Watch me do that deep dive later.
There you go. So we're in Spook's point of view here. And Spook's kind of marveling at his newfound power and how unique he is, because he's probably the first Mystian in history to have two powers. At least he thinks he is.
Right. He thinks he's one, but
because usually
I got suspicions there's other.
Usually he thinks he has, usually have one or you have all. But he has 10 and pewter. He tried burning the other metals just to check to make sure he wasn't misborn. He's not.
Mm-hmm.
And he notices that a little sliver, little metal sliver, is stuck in his skin from where the sword broke off, where he was stabbed. And as soon as he tries to remove it, Kelsier's voice shows up. Oh yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. You want to leave that in. It makes you look badass. Thoughts.
So, what is the Kelsier ghost? What is the forced ghost of Kelsier, right? I mean, it speaks to him. It's not his own thinking. So it's something external. So my theory this week. Theory time. My theory is that preservation is the mist ghost. Okay. The one that cut Elend.
Yeah.
At the Well of Ascension, right? And that the mist ghost doesn't have as much presence as Ruin does. So all it can do is influence. And so I feel like the mist ghost is speaking to Lester Borners, but kind of in the guise of Kelsier, because it makes it more accessible and understandable. That's my theory time for this week.
Okay. Cool. Well, do you agree with that or do you disagree? You nod your head yes.
Oh, you don't have to agree. Dude, no pressure on you to agree. That's just my wild theory for the week.
I always like theory time, so I'll just say that. Yeah, no, I mean hemalurgy, like it's kind of like the spikes. They got spikes. He gets a little sword tip.
Yeah. Symbolism. Did we have anybody else that was spiked that heard voices?
So that's the reason why it came to me, is because Vin kept hearing voices up until the point in time that she went to the Will of Ascension.
I was talking about Billy Zane, but
Billy Zane. Now, Billy Zane's voices, I don't know. Because
Billy Zane's
voices were rough. They were like not good voices. They were like, kill the daddy,
kill him.
Patricide, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's see. So the voice of the ghost of Ronnie James Dio can't remove the metals forever.
I feel like you have to say that doing this, right? I mean, you have no choice but to just throw up the horns.
Metals forever. Yeah.
Anyway, who's he the lead singer for?
Iron
Maiden, right? Is it Iron Maiden?
Is it Iron Maiden?
I thought it was. Let's see. He was the lead. I'll probably correct me.
Black Sabbath.
Okay.
But all I know is that dude,
Black Sabbath, yeah.
He would throw them horns though. He would.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That guy.
Rainbow and briefly Black Sabbath. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No. Briefly Black Sabbath. That's shocking. I thought he was. You said Black Sabbath. It's just like locked in for me.
Still in the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Who was the lead singer? Was it Pantera who got died on stage because he got shot or something like that? Was that?
Oh, was that Dimebag Daryl?
I think so.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah, behind Dimebag Daryl. Yeah.
And what happened?
He got shot on stage. A obsessed fan like rushed to the stage and shot him in the middle of a concert.
Obsessive fan?
No. It was the guitarist, not the singer. Yeah.
Still, though, to be obsessive fan or whatever, and then want to
John Lennon. Somebody. I mean, same.
Yeah.
The guy who killed John Lennon was an obsessive Beatles fan.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's now kind of out, which is kind of weird. He lives in Williamsburg, Virginia. I don't know if you knew that. The guy who shot John Lennon.
Yeah, I know he got out.
He's like kind of on house arrest. He's kind of out of it. He's still in the mental institute, but it's like time to go out in public and stuff. Anyway, going on with this story. So yeah, Kelsier's supposed to talk to him. And that's pretty much it for this. I mean, is there anything else from this chapter? It's a short chapter.
This was chapter 26.
Yeah, I mean, it does point out that Spook's paying a lot of money for like a little private room, which is supposed to be, they're very heavy on the census and counting everybody, and he's paying extra money for discretion.
Is this the chapter where he's in the bar and overhears everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, because that was cool. So he's starting to kind of use his powers a little bit.
Yeah.
He hears the people, he's listened to people. Well, sorry, he used his powers for the wine bottle, right? The wine bottle that was expensive back in the day, but is now like worth like nothing now, right?
Right.
It was like worth like 600, and now it's down to like 3 coins. And he's so hurt and just wounded that he barely has any strength, and then he uses his pewter strength to pull the cork out the bottle. I'm like, this guy must be in really bad shape that he has to use pewter strength to pull a cork out of a
his
bottle.
wounds are still pretty bad.
I mean, the guy was stabbed. I mean, he's basically dead.
He's run through,
and smoked out in a house, right?
Yeah.
So he's in bad shape.
But the pewter fixes all things, right? Or at least masks all things. It's like taking a ton of ibuprofen. You're good to go.
That's right. It's like adrenaline. It's like you don't feel anything right now.
Exactly.
Later you'll feel it, but you're okay now.
Yeah, for right now it's fine.
Then he hears the guys referring to him when he picks up that they're talking about him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's all like, "Oh, they're talking about me with reverence."
Yeah.
And the reason why I want to bring this story up is because to me that was an important moment, because Spook has been looking down on himself for so long, right? He just felt like, just chapters ago he talked about himself as like a side note to the main crew and all the things they can do and accomplish. And even before getting this new power that he has, they're talking about him when they look over and they're like, "Oh, that's the guy that he was run through and blah, 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 blah." And he's one of Kelsier's guys. It's like that association is now happening. This reverence is happening for him. His name is being elevated. And that's cool because he just moments ago was depressed about what his station in life was.
Sure.
And he's like flipped around just like that. So good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ready for chapter 27?
Let's go.
All right, chapter 27. Yes, Rashik made good use of his enemy's culture in developing the Final Empire. Yet other elements of Imperial culture were completely contrast to Kelenium in its society. The lives of the Ska were modeled after slaves of the Kanzi. The Terrace stewards resembled the servants of Ertan, and Rashik conquered, which Rashik conquered relatively late in the first century of his life. The imperial religion with its obligators actually appears to have risen from the bureaucratic mercantile system of the Halant, a people who were very focused on weights, measures, and permissions. The fact that the Lord Ruler would base his church on a financial institution shows, in my opinion, he was worried less about true faith of his followers and more about stability, loyalty, and quantifiable measures of devotion.
I had nothing off that one. I mean, of all the epigraphs we've gotten, that one to me was like, meh.
Fair enough. So we're back with Vin. She's doing sneaky stuff. She's sneaking into Fadrex City, going to look for her people, her informants. So she scouts the city and visits the first informant, whose name is Slow Swift.
The most oxymoronic name I think I've ever heard in my life.
Sometimes you go fast, sometimes you go slow, man. Sometimes you got to turn left, sometimes you got to turn right.
Slow Swift. Slow Swift.
So right left. So this right left guy,
right left guy.
He's a longtime associate of Set's, and he seems to be pretty happy with everything that's going on. He's like, yeah, this new ruler, he's a pretty good guy. Like everything seems to be okay. That's everything's stable. It's pretty familiar to what we're used to. In fact, society is pretty much the exact way it was before. And there's like, and Finn's like, what do you mean? Like, aren't they ska? Like, he's like, oh no, they're doing like noble stuff. And she's like, what? Like, so yeah, they're having a ball tonight. It's actually like, yeah. despite a pending siege, they're still having balls. Like, it was like,
yep.
And Vince is so taken back by this. She's like, okay, like, why would you? This is like straight out of Luthadel culture. Like, everything's falling apart, but let's throw a ball. Let them eat cake. French aristocrat society.
Yes.
Goes back to copying, the people you conquer. Similar to what the Lord Ruler did. Now these people are doing the same.
Yep.
He won't provide any information to help the invasion of the city. So it's kind of a dead end for her. Vin counters that stability won't last as the ash increases and everything like that. And so Slow Swift, right left, finally relents. And
let's call him right left. I like that.
Yeah, call him right left. And speaks on Yeoman's weaknesses. And Vin departs.
Her expecting. By the way, he's an informant. It's clear he's an informant,
and she's not used to doing this. So, like, he's like, "You're doing this all wrong now, right?"
And she has an expectation that he's gonna help us. It's like he's an informant. He's like, my job is to provide information. That is it. I mean, I did not say I was gonna help you. I just was gonna give you. What does he say? I'm gonna tell you the story. And by the way, stories cost money though.
Yeah. Pay me, by the way.
The win in ducats.
Pretty sure Sanderson read Slow Swift as a homage to Tolkien. That makes sense.
Hey, wait. What Tolkien character were you homaging to though? Not Bombadil, right? Because that dude was like kind of just a Tom
Bombadil.
Yeah, I don't think it's him.
Slow Swift is homage to J.R.R. Tolkien. The name Slow Swift honors Tolkien's peonage of wordplay.
Okay.
Because that's similar to how Tolkien would name.
So it's an homage to Tolkien in general, not like a specific
character.
Okay, gotcha. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it. That's cool. Now that I can definitely get behind.
Yeah, I'm reading off of Coppermine. Of wordplay's physical appearance and love of magical creatures, also modeled after Tolkien. Yeah. So yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah. Is intended. Slow Swift is intended to be a character based on Tolkien himself.
So now you guys do know. You guys do realize you have given away the fact that this is not going to be his only appearance.
Did I?
Just now, the fact that you have said that there's enough lore about him that he's an homage to Tolkien, and again, dude. Y'all know by now, I pick up on some context clues, right?
Okay.
So y'all have given away that there's gonna be more to Slow Swift.
Maybe
it's coming. So I didn't go ruin that and go look it up. You guys gave us all the information we need to know that he's coming back.
Okay.
No Ratho necessary.
He's coming back.
What's he gonna do?
I'm not Ratho.
Look, now that's Ratho. But
speaking of character
told in this chapter to make us aware that he would be a Tolkien-like homage.
Maybe Slow Swift is the hero of ages.
Solved it.
Right left is the hero of ages.
Hi, cast over.
Yeah. Solved it. Yeah. Speaking of characters coming back, Vin goes to leave to find her next informant.
Yes.
Did you guys recognize this person's name?
No.
Oh, okay. Vin goes to find his second informant, a beggar that goes by the name of Hoyd.
Don't remember that name.
Okay. Book 1. Kelsier met with an informant by the name of Hoyd.
That's the same informant that he met. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I did not pick up on that. I do remember that because he wore a disguise.
Yeah, Kelsier wore a disguise to that
when
meeting.
He met Hoyd. Right. Okay.
And Hoyd just made fun of him.
That's right, because it was so obvious or whatever. Yeah.
But Vin doesn't actually meet with Hoyd. She gets there, spots him in like the beggars, and sees that he's not really sleeping. He's humming to himself, which she heard that he might be doing. It was like, something doesn't feel right. So I'm not going to meet with him, and leaves. So they don't get interaction with him. We just get the name from the first book.
Cool. I like that callback. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she leaves to go scout out Yeoman's palace after this. Thinks about even being reckless, and I can just go in there right now and try to find the cache, because it's in the Canton's building is where Yeoman's Palace is, and that's where the cache will be. And she's talks to herself like, no, this is a little too bold. Like even Kelsier would have not on his first attempt, like, scouting, you scout things out, you form a plan, then you go.
Right.
But the evening ball is going to be held there. So, that's a good prospect. And as she's doing this, she starts to sense very faint pulses. And she's like, they're burning copper. And they're keeping up with me, which means they're Mistborn. Okay. So there's a Mistborn maybe following her. And she starts to try to not necessarily lose them, but go faster and faster towards the gates like she's leaving. And once she gets close enough to the gates to have the giant metal lines, the blue lines, she pushes back to like surprise whoever's following her. And immediately the pulses disappear. And she just goes through mist and nobody's there. And then she thinks, what could have been the Mist Spirit? They also did the same thing. But the Mist Spirit hasn't visited her in over a year. And last time she saw the Mist Spirit, she stabbed Ellen. But it was just one of those things where Vin's just really confused. So,
and that's where my theory time came from. Because of that. And I was like, that's right, the Mist Spirit. There we go. Mm-hmm. So.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on in Fadrex City, because like this dude Slow Swift just sitting there smoking a pipe, chilling, everybody's going to a ball, like everything's hunky dory. It almost feels like they don't even know what's going on outside. You know. So it's like that could be a good thing for them, like society's going well, but it also could be like they're totally oblivious to like what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
when you said they, which they are you referring to? We said they could be oblivious. Are you talking about
Fadrex City as a whole?
As a whole.
Like Yeoman and his crew and the whole
not Ellen's and them not know what they're trying to plan, but okay, got it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, like they're Ellen's trying to be diplomatic at first, but I mean they have a Koloss army. They could go in there and just run train on everybody. But at the same time, like their city is so fortified naturally. It's like maybe they're just ultra confident because they have some, I don't know, they have super abilities to also dominate. So I don't know. No idea what's coming.
Yeah. There is no war in Fadrex City. There's no war in Fadrex City. There's no. They had their head in the sand, just kind of like ignoring all the stuff on the outside. Thinking it might be overconfidence, like you said.
Could be, yeah.
Like going to the like the Vale from Game of Thrones, like how fortified that city was up there in the mountains, and they were very lax about anything because no one could ever attack them.
Yeah, right.
That's other taken from other books, or if you take from like also historically, there's been tons of cases like that. Constantinople fell to the Turks because of overconfidence,
complacency,
well, not only that, it was the invention of the cannon. The cannon was invented, and it was actually a Christian who invented the cannon. Went to the Byzantine emperor first and offered to sell the technology to him. And they were like, no, our walls are so strong. Like, we don't need to pay the money for this. So this is crappy. So then he immediately turned around and went to the Ottomans, to the Turks. And we're like, hey, we got this thing. And they're like, yeah, we'll take some. And sure enough, the walls fell pretty darn fast.
That's a great segue to the next epigraph.
Yeah, it is. So chapter 28. One aspect of the Lord Ruler's culture manipulation was quite interesting, that of technology. I've already mentioned that Rashik chose to use Kalini architecture, which allowed them to construct large structures and gave him the civil engineering necessary to build large cities such as Luthadel. In other areas, he suppressed technology advancement. Gunpowder, for instance, was frowned upon by Rashik, that the knowledge of its use disappeared almost as quickly as the knowledge of the terrorist religion. Apparently, Rashik found alarming that armed gunpowder weapons, even the most common men, could nearly be as effective as archers with years of training. Sorry, I got a cough. I mute, not cough the mic. And so he favored the archers, the more training-dependent military technology, the less likely the peasant population.
And Alan's choked up on this, man. Oh, this guy.
He gets excited about cannons and gunpowder.
I know, man. He gets a cannon Woody.
As I'm coughing up a lung, I'm trying to make it through it. But yeah, so the peasant population can resist them. And indeed, Scarlet Falls always failed before this very recent.
We'll see you next week.
They can make me cough, dude. I was mid-drink on that.
Right. Well, I mean, I thought this was pretty epic because this is the first time they mentioned gunpowder, right? Or any technology like that.
Up until now, we have only been hearing about like this archaic weaponry, right? We haven't talked about gunpowder. We haven't talked about guns or any of that stuff. And now all of a sudden, it's like gunpowder, and it's like, oh, it exists in this world. What else exists in this world? Watch somebody be like, so, the Lord Ruler was not a fan of iPhones.
But they're there.
But they're there.
Yeah. Apple Vision Plus or whatever.
Right. Then he goes somewhere and finds like a whole dumpster full of like ET cartridges from the Atari system.
Horses. Why aren't you driving a Model X, dude?
That's right. It's because he's like, well, the charging infrastructure isn't that good here. So
yeah,
the closest supercharger is 300 miles away. So
you all right, Alan? You're still
you're on mute, dude.
I am fine. Yeah, it's horrible coughing spell I just had. I don't know what just happened, but
that's all right.
I think I worked it out. It's just like something in the back of my throat caught. So, you ever had one of those, like just where you can't stop coughing? Yeah, I think everyone has. It's bad.
It's good timing. Yeah.
No, it's just really sentimental. That's why I'm crying. There it is. Gunpowder. It brings a tear to my eye every time.
Every time I talk about the cannons at Constantinople, I just tear up.
Just tear up. Yeah, 1494. Yeah, I think it was. What year did Constantinople fall? 1494, 1490. 98, something like that. Anyway,
I'm gonna have to get like a list of good history books to read from you guys at some point because
dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's one of the best things you can do because I read so much history and it's so easy to forget, so I have to keep revisiting it. Like I've read the biography of Napoleon 1,000 times, I feel like, and I forget it because it's so long. But there's a website, a YouTube channel, I think it's called Simplified History
Simplified. Yeah, it's great.
And it's all animated. It's so great. And it's 30 minutes. And I love to revisit stuff that I've heard before. Yeah. Highly recommend it for anybody, everybody.
They're fun little snippets.
And they're perfect. Yeah. So use that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, History Simplified. It's a good YouTube channel. And they went for a big hiatus for a while, but now they're back making content again.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. Let me see. So yeah, gunpowder. So gunpowder was invented, but was suppressed.
Yeah. So Will and I were just,
I heard
going on about the fact that we both just assumed that something like gunpowder didn't exist because there's no guns.
Right.
And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, it does exist. And we're like, what? How, why is that not everywhere?
Because Lord Ruler. Yeah. So the fact that it was invented at one point hints to the fact that maybe in the future it can be reinvented. Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be I'm not going to try and I feel like this is a cyclical historical. You see where I'm trying to be careful about spoiler stuff for other things, but
sure.
Is this something where it existed and then history kind of got?
Well, there's tons of that throughout history where you go through dark ages and history and technology gets lost. And I mean, the Romans had concrete. Concrete wasn't reinvented for years after the fall of the Romans.
Right,
but they had it. Yeah, I mean,
I'm crazy curious.
Yeah, I mean, there's
about that. So when that thing said gunpowder, I was like, wait, gunpowder is a thing, and they're not using it like everywhere.
Right. Or if you want to get really, really cool, if you want to dive deep into like a huge rabbit hole, research the Bronze Age collapse, and you'll go into a deep, deep rabbit hole of how we had a lot of technology coming up really fast, and then all of a sudden, like almost overnight, went back to like cavemen, sticks and stones. Like
what?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
the Bronze Age collapse.
Okay.
Yeah,
on it.
It's
it. Thank
very
you.
interesting thing that happened in history.
Got it. All right.
Mostly due to the sea people. The sea people that are written about both by the Babylonians and Egyptians that came in, like, but then all of a sudden just disappeared. No one knows where they came from, who they were.
So seafaring people came in. So basically, these like just people, just voyagers.
Yeah, they're attacking ancient Greeks, like the Mycenaean society, the basically what nowadays Jerusalem is, or Israel is, and then in Egypt, the sea people. But no one knows exactly who the sea people were.
Yeah, man, that's cool. I love it.
And they were winning everything.
Oh wow, jeez. Watch us find out it was Moana's people.
Yeah, it's the sea people. And there's not much known about them because other than that they got their butts handed to them by the sea people, and but no one knows where the sea people came from.
Whoa! Oh man,
it's it's one of those fun historical mysteries that you can go down deep rabbit holes on.
I love that stuff. Oh man, thank you for giving me that research project.
Yeah, that's a fun one, a fun rabbit hole to go down.
Cool.
Yeah, I think the Egyptians actually ended up beating the sea people, but at what cost? That's what caused the project to collapse, because it bankrupted their entire kingdom, and in the process of trying to beat them back, and just civilization as we know it just fell apart.
Jeez. Wow.
So yeah, fun historical stuff. So going back to non-gunpowder talk, Ben goes back to meet with Ellen, and says, I think I saw the Mist Spirit again, and they start talking about what that might mean. And this is, I think, where they hypothesize it might be something like Ruin, but different than Ruin. And Vin even says, yeah, I think it is, but it's weaker. Like the Mist Spirit,
weaker. Yeah.
It's like, I felt the Mist Spirit as well in the presence of Ruin. So I know it's separate because at the Wall of Ascension, they both were out and they're different entities. But the Mist Spirit couldn't really do as much. It's like similar, but the weaker. Yeah, that's the way she describes it. And she says she doesn't think it has to do with anything to do with the Mist sickness. So the Mist Spirit is separate from that. She thinks so. And more just confused. Like, why would it try to kill Ellen, but then try to save Ellen? Like, it's just confused on like what is the Mist Spirit trying to do? And what is it? What's the game plan? And I know Londo was hinting at maybe preservation, but. So anyway, that's how we start this chapter. It's just talking about Ruin and the Mist Spirit.
Right.
So any thoughts on that besides what we already talked about?
I didn't really have any notes. Nah.
I think I was just thinking when Vin was in there talking to Slow Swift, I feel like between getting a new mission to go scout things out, but then also hearing that they call her, Hero of Ages, and all that, she's kind of like re-inspired. And so she's asking these questions that are not so much like based out of fear, and like, we immunized all these people and sent all the soldiers out into the mist and they died, boo-hoo-hoo. Now she's like asking questions, I feel like, that are more related to like making progress and solving goals and more like from a positive origin. So I don't know. It feels like Vin's getting reinvigorated and kind of re-inspired, which is nice to see, because like I was getting really tired of like the like emo Vin.
I knew you were gonna say that emo Vin.
Yeah, the hair flips and the finger snaps.
Yeah. So other than that, like I have no thoughts, no theories on Ruin, what it is. Honestly, the whole Ruin preservation thing is still like very, very just ephemeral. I have no idea what that is thing. You guys have better theories than I do on that. I don't really know about this intro. What's going on?
I mean, we know they're sentient because they talk.
Yeah.
I think, therefore, I know I am, right?
Well, we
do we?
And we're going off the theory that we think preservation talks if preservation is the Mist spirit. Sure. Again, that's not confirmed. That's an Alondo theory time. So I just want to make sure we clarify that I could be wrong there. We definitely know Ruin talks. We're 100% sure Ruin talks. Right?
If they are sentient, what are they? Are they beings? Are they ethereal? Like, are they
energy man?
It's energy man. Are they gods?
No one's gonna say hope. Okay, fine, good.
Are they hope? Are they hope? Are they embodiment of hope?
It's a weird form of hope if it is.
It is. That's right. That's
Ruin
right.
would be a very strange form of hope. That's for sure.
Well, Ruin is hope for somebody. Evil people probably still hope nonetheless.
Some people just want to watch the world burn, man.
They just want to watch the world burn.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
It is Ruin is the mopey kid from class who has his hands in his pockets all the time, always looking down, like just kicking rocks.
Yeah.
He's like, I hope this place burns to the ground.
Yeah. Take my stapler from me. I'll burn this whole building down.
Yeah, but I mean, like, nobody took his stapler
down. Sure will. Take my red swing line stapler. Hey, so we didn't talk about the whole this whole thing, by the way, about not sharing plans. I am still not quite sure I get. I understand Ruin changes things on paper.
Mm-hmm.
I get Ruin can kind of influence you a little bit. The idea of sharing plans verbally, I'm still not quite sure I understand that they really need to be doing that, where they don't share plans.
Yeah.
That piece I kind of feel like is an over. It's.
Do you think maybe unreliable narrator type thing, where it's just like it
could be, but I feel like they might be just kind of going overboard a little bit, because if that's the case, why are they sharing plans about anything, including marching an army? I think about the episode of Rick and Morty where they don't share any of their plans, where they're trying to do these heists and they just end up at the same place or whatever, because he's like, I can't tell you the heist plans because of this is the same. If that's the case, then why tell your army where you're going to go? Just be like, I need you guys to get in formation, just follow me. And just because they might think that Ruin might overhear those plans. So it's like, why can you talk about certain things and not talk about other things?
Yeah,
it's not quite.
Well, I mean, it's what Vin read in that steel tablet, is that Merman could hear, could read your thoughts, but could hear what was said or what was written.
Sure.
And whether or not that is the paranoia of the writer of that tablet, or if that's a real thing, is yet to be known. And that's where it comes into that unreliable narrator thing, where just because you have a piece of information doesn't mean it's true. It could be. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying.
I guess I just feel like if something is coming out of your mouth verbally and it's being heard orally, I would think that that's not being manipulated. We haven't seen evidence of that being manipulated yet.
So the one thing they it's in the background they don't talk about is everyone has a cell phone in their pocket, and the cell phone's being listened to.
See, now we're back to my iPhone theory.
Because they're always listening. Theory. They're always listening.
Always listening. Ruin is the NSA. Here he is.
See, I know my phone's listening. Okay, Google. Oh, it just lit up. And there it goes.
See, if I wasn't wearing headphones on, my entire house would light up, because everything here is. Shoot, I can turn off lights and everything else here.
Alexa, yeah. Say it quietly.
Shoot, I can unlock my front door with Google right now.
Alexa. Say it quietly.
You sound like you're talking to Alexa after dark, though.
No, so my kid's sleeping in the other room, so we have like the white noise. Alexa makes the white noise, so if I say too loud, it'll turn off his noise machine.
That's cool.
So
cool.
I have to be quiet.
So my house is completely run and owned by Google, essentially.
I have both in my house, which is I need to just consolidate to one, because I have both.
Oh no, I have switched exclusively to Google. Yeah. And in my house at 10 o'clock, all lights turn off, and it's basically the cue. Hey, it's bedtime, right? Yeah. So when I have my niece and nephew over, they know I don't have to tell them it's time for bed. They know that they can stay up until the lights are off. And so like my brother was over here with the kiddos, and we were playing, and he was like, hey, well, kiddos, it's time for you guys to go to bed. And they were like, the lights are still on. And he was like, but I'm Dad. I told you to go to bed. They were like, the lights are still on.
Yeah. So rather than laying out plans, they decide they just need to trust each other and not say anything. Just trust me. Trust me, bro. Yeah.
Pythos, man, that's a rough job. You get home until 9. But see, the thing is, though, Pythos, I wake up to go to the gym at 3:30 in the morning, so I gotta be.
Yeah.
I gotta go to sleep at a decent time. That's the reason why. I do that.
Gotta do both.
Yeah.
We're not. Trust me, guys. We're not going to do a gym talk today. It's okay. On the Will Reads, it was like what? It was like an hour of Chris and Ian talking about lifting weights.
No kidding. Why was I not piping in? I should have snuck in on that conversation. I try to watch as many episodes as I can live, man, but it's always rough. I always forget.
Whenever Chris starts talking about it, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, because the dude's the strongman competition. So like it's like he starts talking about weight, and I just kind of glaze over and like I don't even understand.
I gotta join in on those conversations. I gotta be there next time.
Because you can ask him like, "What's your max for your lat pull down?" He's like, "The whole rack."
Nice. Nice. He's like, "I eat pull-ups for breakfast." I love it.
It's insane. I think he benches like 400 or something like that. It's
Chris.
Chris.
Holy crap!
Chris is like 5 or 6'7". Like he almost weighs 400 pounds, all muscle. He's a shot put. Like he looks like a linebacker. He's gigantic. It's like
gotta do what you gotta do.
The camera doesn't show it as much, but like he's big.
Yeah, because I've never met him in person.
He's a big guy.
Yeah. So, but good for him, man. He can do that. I've never wanted to be that guy that could lift that kind of weight, but my goal has just always been make sure I can bench press my body weight and a little bit more. That's it. That's all I care about. So I'm good.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, so so they have this conversation about trust. Vin tells Ellen to investigate the statistical anomalies about the myth sickness. They talk about the anomalies a little bit more, and something about what is it?
Alan, you're completely missing the part where they talked about the percentages, man. Come on.
No, that's what I just said. The statistical analysis. That's the
they talked 16. About that. I thought you were going to say
16.
There it is. I was waiting for you to say 16.
16. Yeah. Our favorite part.
16%. Sorry. Is it 16%? Yeah, 16%.
It's 16%. It's not 1/16. It's 16%.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah.
And the significance of 16%. I have no idea what the significance is. I really don't care.
Yeah.
But I really I'm just curious about you really have an affinity for it, so I want to hear more about it just because of that.
I don't know. I just like when numbers come into anything. It's fun. I like numbers.
And numbers are fun.
Numbers are fun. Math is the only subject that counts. So Ellen says he wants to use the army to invade Fadrex only as a last resort. And then Vin suggests that maybe they go crash one of the balls directly. And then she goes, "Crap, I can't do that. I forgot my dress." And that's what we had.
Oh, it was that was a cornball line. Sorry, Sanderson. Like you, my guy. That was a cornball line every day. What was the thing? Oh, shoot. They were talking. What was it that she got annoyed at Ellen about? Oh, that he did not take assassination off the table.
Yeah.
He was like, "I'll do the other thing," but he never said, "I won't consider it."
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And they're hoping he'll have reason, but knowing that he's burning nobles, because we've seen the other side, so we're like the informed reader, where they don't know. I don't think Ellen has a snowball chance in hell and diplomacy with this guy.
Oh yeah. No. And we already know things that they don't know, because there was a comment earlier about the state of Lester Bornes and Spook, and they don't know what's happened to him. So yeah, what happens when they get in there and start hearing about the atrocities that have happened? Because they're gonna go to this ball and get a rude awakening.
Yeah. So So a couple things. They're going to go to a ball. They want to form an alliance with the Mist, because an enemy of my enemy is my friend, kind of thing. I think they actually say that line.
Which is fine.
That always works out, right?
Oh, every time.
60%
60% of the time, it works every time.
You even have the Anchorman suit on right now.
I do. I hate to. I actually have to go out for a brawl back in a little bit. I have a pitchfork and a grenade. I'm just going to walk around just going, ah! Steve Carell, man. This guy came out of nowhere and just became like the biggest dude. So
he was a writer before that.
Yeah, he was a writer. He was on The Daily Show all the time back in the day.
Yeah, him and Steve Colbert were both writers for SNL together. Steve Carell and Steve. They wrote the Ambiguously Gay Duo together. Steve Carell, Steve.
I love these guys and finding out what their history and background is. Of course, infamously, Conan O'Brien was on The Simpsons writing staff for years. I love to hear where these guys got their origins at, because they spend their time in the trenches a long time, and it's well deserved when they get to where they get.
So fun Seinfeld reference. Larry David was actually a writer on SNL back in the Billy Crystal days and stuff like that, the early days, and they would never use his jokes and his skits that he would write out. So one day he flipped out on the producer and somewhat quit, like F you, I'm out, and walked out. And then over the weekend he said, it'd be funny to show up on Monday like I didn't quit. And he did that, and no one said anything, just let him keep writing. So then he wrote the same scene with
that Seinfeld scene with George Costanza.
It's based on the exact same thing that happened in the SNL.
There is so much stuff that he wrote, because George Costanza is Larry David.
Yeah.
And there's so much stuff that happened to him in real life that he just wrote it into George Costanza's life.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old look. Yeah. So anyway, a lot of those guys got starts as writers. I mean, that's not everyone does, but that's how a lot of those guys get.
Yep.
Anyway, so that's where we end with. We don't have a dress. So anything else from these chapters? Anything else you guys want to discuss, go over, talk about?
I don't think so. I'm looking forward to the build up here.
Yeah.
Oh, so you mean this? You mean the Sanderlanche?
Sanderlanche. It's coming. But we still got some time left. We're about halfway. We're almost about halfway. It's
okay.
So favorite character?
Oh, I hadn't thought. Man, see, I'm off a little bit because we're recording at a different time. I forgot to think about a favorite character the whole time. I'll let Will go first. Hopefully, you've got somebody lined up. I don't.
I'll go with Slow Swift because
that's a good one.
Smoking a pipe, chilling.
Yeah.
That's a good one, man. Man, you've had some great selections lately, Will. You're doing good, man. I like your track record right now.
I have an idea for you, the informant guy.
Which one?
The one that was in the first book.
Oh, Hoyd?
Oh, yeah, okay. It's good, but I would have chosen that if I knew he was coming back and I saw the connection. I would have chosen that, but I didn't put that connection together until Alan clued us in. Let's see, who could I go with? I mean, I guess it's too obvious to go with Lester Bornas. I don't know.
Yeah. Hope.
Oh, screw Hope.
I'm going with Gunpowder because I got choked up over that.
Gunpowder. Yes.
It's my favorite character is Gunpowder.
Gunpowder. Yes. Man, I got nothing. I'll go with non-emo Vin.
Non-emo Vin. Okay.
Vin coming back to form is I mean, you got good points there, Will, about her. She's kind of coming back to form. Mm-hmm. And you're right. She was kicking rocks, shuffling hair, the whole deal. She's back to form a little bit now. She's kind of coming back to her own. Mm-hmm. I can go with
it's like what's the saying? Idle hands are the devil's play toys, whatever.
Playthings, yes.
I think she's just been bored and in her feelings, and she had time to get depressed. And I know me personally, I've been that way before. And when I'm busy, you just don't have time to feel bad for yourself.
Yeah.
So, I think she's got a new mission. She's working, and so yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I like it. So I'm gonna go with non-emo Vin.
Okay.
Because she's not all up in her head. I love it. Yes.
Okay. There you go.
I like it. And gunpowder.
And gunpowder. So next up we'll be doing 5 chapters. So 29, 30, 31, 32, 33.
1, 2,
that
3,
takes
4.
us to the end of this part.
Okay.
So into part 2. I'll start part 3 the following week. But yeah, so usually parts have a pretty good climax, a little mini one. The last one didn't, but
or cliffhanger.
Little cliffhanger, yeah. So hopefully we'll get some good stuff out of that. We'll be back to our normal time next week, 9:00, I think. Yeah.
Right, and we're gonna change our money to our music to "Must Be the Money" because it's used for everything else, right?
Yeah,
by Nelly. Must be the money.
No,
this guy.
Since Disney has lost their copyrights, I'm just going to do the Steamboat Willie whistle as our intro.
Oh, that'd be cool, actually. Hey, use Winnie the Pooh or something. Yeah, man.
And then we can just copyright it as our own.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that's how it works, but yeah, I think it's now fair use. I think it is. I don't know.
It's definitely fair use. It went fair use to January 1st, 2024.
Yeah, so we can just make that our theme song.
So, and we could actually do Winnie the Pooh. He went fair use to a couple years ago. We can't use Tigger yet, though. Unfortunately,
can't use Tigger. Okay, but
darn it,
we can do Winnie the Pooh. Okay, yeah. Maybe I'll do that.
Well, not the song necessarily, but the character.
But the character is.
Use. Yeah.
I don't know if the Steamboat Willie whistle is. I think that's
anything related to that first first appearance. Yes, we can use. Yep.
Sweet. How about Fantasia? Is that still all of
Fantasia is definitely still under
yeah. That's coming soon.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, because that's one of the original movies.
Yeah, but Fantasia came out after Snow White, and Snow White isn't there yet. Mickey Mouse is definitely there because Mickey Mouse was 1924, 23, whatever it was.
Yeah,
but
it was 1940 was Fantasia.
We got a while before Fantasia's gonna be there.
We do.
So,
okay. Yeah.
So,
all right.
So when we hit book 17, we'll finally be ready to use that Fantasia toy.
It was 1940-ish. It was 1940.
And I love Fantasia, by the way. I don't know. I know it was a flop for Disney, but I love Fantasia. So, but I also was a music head and played in orchestras. Me and Fantasia.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
There you go.
And Fantasia 2000, underrated hit. Love Fantasia 2000.
Yeah, the music from it might actually be because it all is classical music. That's a good point.
All the music for Fantasia.
It's not covered. Yeah,
it's
fair use.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We can just play some Beethoven, Ninth Symphony.
Symphony? The Fifth Symphony?
Yeah.
Get in there.
Yeah, get in there. Exactly.
Of course, I have an affinity to Rhapsody Blue. Just saying.
Okay. Yeah. Did Moonlight Sonata?
Oh, okay, Moonlight Sonata.
Be really, really. I can use any of that stuff. That's all copyright free. That's royalty free.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
Ode to Joy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Why not? I like the Fifth Symphony though because I just like the boldness there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So five chapters. That's what we're doing.
Of course we should do the 1812 overture because it's got cannons at the end, Alan.
It does.
Come on now.
Yeah. Okay. I'll look into it. We'll figure out some music. It'll be fun.
Do it.
Apparently they find a new source of where I can do music because I thought I had unlimited free source of music. Because when you download and pay for a subscription for all of your music, I pay for this. And apparently it's copyrighted, which
boo.
Yeah. Anyway, so with that being said, how you can found is at thecosmoreads.com, where you can find links to all of our cool stuff, such as our Discord and merchandise and Patreon. Yeah. So come support us there. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We do enjoy all of those things. The algorithm gods do as well. It does help with the channel rising up and more people finding us. So commenting and things like that help as well. So that's all I got for this week, guys. So until next time. Thank you for watching the Cosmere Reads.
Gosh thanks, gosh, stay fresh. Gosh thanks, gosh, stay fresh.